Hey guys, Skimming Off the Grid here. If you haven't realized already, we like wrestling just a little bit. So in today's episode, we are going to reveal our top 5 favorite wrestling games of all time. Whoops, you're supposed to talk about the beer.
Yes, today we're drinking Triple IPA by Confluence Brewing Company. It's a Belgian-style triple IPA.
All right, you know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss an upload. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a beer if you care to, and let's talk about our top 5 favorite wrestling games of all time.
WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and I want you to check out Gaming Off the Grid, tough guy.
All right, here we go, our top 5 favorite wrestling games of all time, and come on, man.
Here I am.
You're obsessed with the championship belt. It's out of control.
That's because it's mine, dude. I earned it.
We're just gonna jump right into the top 5 favorite wrestling games of all time, and we gotta start somewhere, so let's start with number 5.
Number 5 is WWE 2K14 for the PlayStation 3. Now, I'm not a big fan of the 2K games, but the reason this game is on the list is the story mode is really freaking sweet.
So you're referring to the WrestleMania moments.
Yes.
Yes.
It like takes you through the history of wrestling, and like it shows actual clips, and like it shows like Hulkamania, and then it shows the Warrior, and you just like go through the generations of wrestling, and it's
It's
so
like 30 years. Yeah.
and you like relive iconic events like Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior, The Rock comes into the picture. Man, the only reason this game's on the list is because of that.
I think it's a really cool game mode for anybody who is like a wrestling historian or anybody who's kind of trying to go back through the WrestleMania moments. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that you're not a fan of the 2K series because neither am I. And this game does not play the best, but the way they did this game mode warrants a huge shout out. It's so fun to play. The game is clunky. It is buggy. There are some like loops that we've been in that you can't get out of, like the Irish whip into the stairs that just kept happening.
It just kept happening over and over and over again. But what's really cool about this is I was watching you play it, and I didn't even care that I wasn't playing it. I was so into it, and I just loved seeing the history, and man, I just love old school wrestling, so it was so cool to just freaking watch it. And it was in a video game.
Yeah, and that game mode really pushed this game past a lot of other games that we were considering for this list, but it was just such a cool thing from a visual standpoint. It's more entertaining than the best like gaming experience, so it's really cool and very unique at that, which is why it made number 5 on our list. So let's roll into number 4.
Number 4 is Def Jam Fight for New York.
Here's the deal with this game. Anybody who didn't take this game serious, you are off base. And here's why. AKI Corporation's involved with this. If you know your wrestling stuff, let's talk about a little WCW versus NWO Revenge. Let's talk about a little WrestleMania 2000. Let's talk about a little WWF No Mercy. AKI and THQ were the folks behind those games. Those same mechanics transfer over very well into Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York, which is the game that made our list. They're brought to you in an EA Big sort of style, right?
Playing this game reminds me a lot of like the NBA Street or the NFL Street games. And what's really cool is you're not fighting as wrestlers, you're fighting as rappers. So like Ludacris is in this game, Flavor Flav, Exhibit, Snoop Dogg. Like it's just all the iconic freaking rappers, and you're just freaking fighting, and you're fighting like in the street, so you can like grab stuff from the audience and just like beat your opponent with it, and you can throw people. Man, it's such a sweet game, and it's for the original Xbox, but the visuals and everything still hold up so well today, and it looks and plays amazingly.
It is also available on the PS2 and the GameCube, which oddly enough, you know, typically the Xbox rises to the top from that generation, or the GameCube. But in this scenario, the GameCube version is kind of touted as the worst version due to load times and things like that.
The load times on the GameCube are so miserable. Yeah. But I just think the Xbox has so much power behind it. That's why.
And this game is just a ton of fun. The story mode's great because you can unlock money and points to upgrade your character. You kind of start from the bottom down, you heal, and you work your way up through the ladder. And I remember the first time I played this with my good buddy Jimmy when we were growing up, I was like, come on, man. He's like, no, you have to play this game. The grapple mechanics, the strike mechanics are so similar to the THQ games from N64. it's just an epic wrestling game, and so it made number 4 on our list.
Yes, now let's jump into number 3, and this game is for the PlayStation 2, and that's SmackDown. Here comes the pain!
Yeah, so there were a lot of entries in the SmackDown series, and it's kind of hard to pick, but this game, I just have so many good memories of, and it was so fun to be able to show you this game. Ryan, who has been on the channel, and myself, we have put countless hours into this game, and we didn't even care who won. We've wandered through the backstage area, we've been to Times Square, we've done so many things. You can interact with the environment, and the thing I love about this game is it's that happy marriage between chaos and like a real strategic wrestling game. So you can fight in the ring and have a similar to TV experience in the ring. Or you can wander around and do things that just shouldn't be able to be done in the wrestling game.
Exploring and like being able to go to different locations and not fight in the ring is so badass, because that's what I love about watching old school wrestling. Is like when they're fighting in the parking garage, or they're fighting at a grocery store, when Stone Cold's beating that guy up and throwing a flower in his face. It's badass. Like, that's so awesome to be able to do that. And what's also cool about this game is the roster is incredible.
Yeah, so the SmackDown series went on to have other games, and then it went into the SmackDown versus Raw series, which was also really good. There's still some really good games on the PS2, but for whatever reason, we keep coming back to SmackDown. Here comes the pain.
Yeah, it's just rising above the top, and it is the cream of the crop.
Yeah,
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
the number 2 game on the list is WWE All.
Whoa, no it's not. That is not what we decided on. We decided on No Mercy as number 2.
No, we didn't. I don't know if you have a turd in your pocket or what, but
no,
the number 2 game on the list is WWE All Stars.
No, it's No Mercy, and I'm gonna say one thing: beauty before age.
Dude, I kind of want to beat the shit out of you right now.
Well, guess who's holding the belt and guess who's in charge? Me! So, number 2 is No Mercy for the N64. Let's talk about it.
Well, shouldn't be the number 2 game on the list, but I'm gonna roll with it because this is my favorite wrestling game of all time. The THQ series on the N64, the 3 that really mattered was WCW vs. NWO Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, and WWF No Mercy.
I love how this game also includes like the fighting out of the ring component, which is so cool because we spend so much time like, I'm not gonna attack you, throw me into the door and let's go into the next room. Like, let's just see where we can fight and where we can go.
That's really what kind of elevates this game above the other ones that we mentioned that were in this same era. This game introduced that. The story mode in it is great. The customization is great. You literally can almost take any wrestler into the WWE shop and customize them to your liking. There's so many unlockables. It was just a really good time in wrestling, and they captured it so well in this game. And, I know our good buddy Captain Algebra is not going to like me saying this, but, from this era, how do games hold up today? And this game, I think, holds up so well. It, takes a minute to get past the visuals.
Yeah, the visuals are a little rough.
Once you get past the buttons,
it's
so tight. Yeah,
and it's so much fun to play. Now let's move on to the number 1 game, WWE All-Stars for the PlayStation 3. This game is incredible.
Man, as much as I want to give you a flying elbow drop off the top rope for steamrolling me in this, we were debating this hardcore before we shot this episode. I'm kind of pissed that No Mercy isn't number 1, but I also love WWE All-Stars.
Yes.
Over the top arcade action.
Oh, it's out of control. Like the tricks and you do stuff in slow motion. You do quadruple flips, and the roster's really sweet. It spans multiple eras. You could unlock characters, costumes. It's really sweet.
I was way into the THQ games on the N64. I was way into the early SmackDown games on PS2, and then I really fell off the wagon until WWE All-Stars came out. And it is one of those games that just kind of came out of nowhere, and I was like, man, I kind of want to try this. There's legends in it. And it was like, oh my god, this is great. It's an arcade fighting game in wrestling form.
Yeah, the only problem with this game is there's not much depth like the other games.
Yeah.
It's just straightforward fighting in the ring. But I just love the arcade feel it has, the way it plays. Anyone can pick it up and learn the controls really fast. The visuals look really sweet, except some of the hairdos look a little
stiff.
Ultimate Warrior. Oh my god, don't even get me started on his hair. But this game is badass.
It's a great game, and when you talk about the depth, for those of you watching, think about NFL Blitz and NBA Jam.
Yes.
Those games have zero depth. This game has a little more depth than those, but has the same amount of fun factor in wrestling form.
Oh, dude, you brought up NBA Jam. Can you imagine if our boy Tim announced this? It'd be incredible.
I really can't, but it would be amazing.
It'd be so cool.
Macho Man with an elbow drop from the top rope. Boom, boom, shakalaka. Yeah, it'd be pretty awesome. So you can't go wrong with WWE All-Stars or WWF No Mercy. Two amazing games.
Yeah, but it goes in that order. All-Stars goes first.
Okay.
Yep. I kind of agree.
If you call that agreeing, okay.
He shook his head, and in my head, he shook my hand. So let's talk about
Game Off the Grid. 1,000 subs. Seem more concerned about that than you are about facing the champs. Come on, what are you gonna do about it?
We've already asked you once. Are you gonna choose the game or what? You choose the game, tell us the time, we'll be there. We are gonna kick your ass.
Clock's ticking.
I am so sick of this button bashers bullshit. Hacking our channel. You know what? Here's the game. We had a 2K game on the list. WWE 2K19. It's easy to access. I know you guys have a PS4. WWE 2K19. Figure it out. Get online connectivity. And we are going to kick the shit out of you guys in WWE 2K19. You name the time, and we'll be there. We will be there.
Hey, let's talk about the beer, the Triple IPA by Confluence.
We've been sitting on this beer for a long time
Yes.
because we've been trying to process what's going on here.
It's really simple tasting. It has a slight IPA taste. It's enjoyable, but for being a Confluence beer and for being a Triple IPA, I feel like it falls short of those expectations.
I will agree with you in the fact that, like, I expected more, and I think that's where you were. But at the same time, like, this is a very unique beer, and I think it's a very daring beer for someone to try making. So, you know, with that being said, I can't quite decide if I like it, love it, or hate it. I don't know. It's very unique. In the comment section below, let us know, what is your favorite wrestling game of all time? Make sure you check us out on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. We have things going on over there too. You know, we always appreciate you tuning in and subscribing to the channel. Keep gaming, keep drinking. We'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Off the Grid. Of all time.
You guys think you know wrestling games, huh? Putting WWE All-Stars at the #1 spot? Well, you know what, guys? You're going in a little empty-handed. You're entering the squared circle for an ass-kicking contest, and you're missing a leg. The old heavyweight champ of YouTube, the troll himself, knows what he's talking about. You've been holding on to those controllers like they're a Natty Ice can at a local community college frat party. Your fingers are arthritic, your knuckles are sore, and your wrists have carpal tunnel. Well, you know what? I've got the solution for you guys. If you want to be the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, you need the WWE All-Stars Brawl Stick. No more messing around, boys, because what are you going to do when the biggest troll on YouTube takes the size 16 boot, shoves it through your computer screen, and runs wild on you?